A few years ago, my sister was visiting my family in Texas. While she was here, she wanted to go to a yard sale. The women in my family love yard sales, so reluctantly, I agreed. And then I saw it. Beautiful pastel oceans and clouds rolling over mountains as you gazed from a villa on the islands of Greece. Yes, this was a beautiful 24 by 36-inch oil painting with the signature Antonio on the bottom right. All they wanted for the piece was $50. In the spirit of it being a yard sale, I haggled it down to $15. That's less than the frame alone would cost. As I walked away, I asked myself, would this be that moment that I find a priceless painting at an estate sale? I took the piece home, and I researched the artist. It was a palette knife oil painting done by Antonio de Viccar. Ah, de Viccar. I like that. I often imagined myself entertaining friends and showing them my prize de Viccar. But I needed to know for sure if I had a true masterpiece or just a cheap replica. So I did my homework and inspected the canvas. In the front, you could see layers of paint, vivid colors, and a signature that matched his others. I flipped the canvas over and searched for a title in pencil at the top, but it was nowhere to be found. To my surprise, in pencil at the bottom left corner was the number 22 out of 71. 22 out of 71? I found something special here. I'm going to be a millionaire, I thought to myself. Well, let's be practical. I'll at least turn over several $1,000s. So I hung the piece in my house right where everyone could see it. I liked the energy that it created. It was a timeless classical piece that I treasured. So at this point, I did the only practical thing that there is to do when you have something of such great value. I called an appraiser and shared my findings with her. At this point, I was thinking I would keep it, but I still needed to know how much it was worth so I could get insurance. Well, she looked it over and told me that it was a decoration piece, a copy of Antonio de Viccar's work, and that it was worth about as much as they were asking for it, at most maybe $200. You can imagine my initial disappointment. But when I looked at the painting for what it was and recollected what it meant to me, remember, since buying the painting, I started practicing with a palette knife myself. I went out and bought more similar art pieces that may be considered decoration pieces, but have filled my house with a feel of sophistication and beauty. Sure, the people who sold it didn't think it was worth the frame it was in, and the appraiser said it was nothing special. But leaning up against that dresser, I found a piece of art that was truly priceless. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and share.